What's happening, guys? Ari here from Boston Automotive Consulting, and in this video what I want to talk about is how not to be negotiating a brand new car in 2020. Some of the mistakes that I want to refer to have a lot to do with modern day negotiation, all the tools that are available to you. Specifically, you're here watching a YouTube video. Similarly, a lot of things can be done, a lot of research can be done on YouTube as well as some of the forums online. As always, this video was brought to you by SaveOnMyAuto.com. SaveOnMyAuto.com is a resource you can use so that you can shop around for the best possible deal. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because this whole channel is dedicated to teaching you everything you're going to need to know so that you can negotiate your best possible deal. Now, like I said, some of the mistakes that I want to list off, they're crucial that you pay attention, crucial that you jot them down so that while you're conducting your research, while you're conducting your price shopping, you can get a sense for what an expert would be looking out for when he's negotiating a brand new car deal. Number one, especially right now, don't take your trade-in lightly at all. Trade-ins, especially ones that will be sold on the lots on, say, a BMW dealership's lot or a Honda dealership's lot, these trade-ins are going for top dollar as we speak. Auction values are up between 20 and 30%, and trading in your vehicle may yield a higher value than you would expect normally. Now, what I want to suggest is if at all possible, shop the trade-in value around to third party, even privately if you can. But ultimately what you want to do is if you're trying to keep the deal at, say, one dealership, at the very least have them match or beat whatever offer you may have somewhere else, like a CarMax or a Carvana or Vroom. Definitely want to suggest doing this well before a dealership even touches the car. Number two, you're collecting pricing in person. Collecting pricing in person should not be happening. I don't mean making...
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Siri, I'm not talking to you. Collecting pricing in person should not be happening unless you're telling them the price that you're looking for, whether that be by going to the dealership and insisting on a price. That's one thing, but collecting a price or starting the negotiation in person, that's a big no-no. What you want to do is, and I always suggest this in my videos, visit SaveOnMyAuto.com, visit all these resources that are available online so that you can actually connect with dealers and collect all these prices before you even walk in, so that you have a sense for what to be paying for on this new car that you're looking for. The idea is that the more and more prices you collect, you can actually leverage a stronger deal by saying, hey guys, I've got a deal at X place, I'm looking for Y price, can you get me to Z? I know I did a whole salad of letters here, but anyway, you get my point. Definitely don't shop around for the price in person, shop around online. Do it while you're working from home. Number three, you're expressing a strong urgency. When they ask how soon are you looking to get into a vehicle, your number one response, don't even answer that question. Tell them I'm waiting for the best deal. The reason why I say this is, guys, there's a very, very strong seller's market right now, and the more urgent and the more desperate you seem to get a deal done, the more they're going to want to cling on to their bottom line to make sure that, hey, listen, this guy needs a car, this girl needs a car right now. Let's try to get as much money as we can from them. That should not be taking place. What you should be doing is buying yourself some time, and I'm going to give you some examples of how to do that next. Number four, you're not taking advantage of, say, your loyalty, whether that be your loyalty to a particular brand or even your loyalty to a particular dealership or your loyalty to a particular dealership chain. For example, if you're a long-time Penske customer, by going to the GMs of these dealerships and telling them, hey, listen, I've been buying my cars from X place for 20 years now. My family all buys their cars from there. Go to the GM and explain your case. The idea behind this is guys, you've got to be able to humanize the whole thing. At the end of the day, what I'm telling you to do is connect with somebody there that understands your pain a little bit better than somebody that's just in charge of writing numbers for the dealership. Dealer principals, dealer GMs, they've got a little bit more in mind than just their bottom line when they're writing these deals. And the idea behind it is that, listen, if you can plead your case to somebody that actually cares and actually is in charge of the deal, you'll be in a far better situation, far better negotiation point. Number 5, you're being too logical. You're using all this research and shooting out all this research and all these numbers to the person that shouldn't be the person receiving it. The idea is that you want to use all this research to have an idea of what you should be paying, but not giving that logical figure to the dealership. The idea is you start really, really low. You lowball as much as you can, borderline insulting, really. But shoot out these offers so that you can end up where your research is telling you to end up. And the idea behind doing all this is so that, listen, if the dealership is going to shoot out an offer to you, say at full price, and you're shooting out an offer, say at like 25%, 30% less than the actual MSRP, that way you can meet at the point where your research is pointing you that you should be at. Number 6, you guys, you're not using some sort of car broker or car buying service. There's a ton of them. There's a ton of them online. There's a ton of, like, I even suggest visiting Save on My Auto for the reason that these are all referral services. Some of them stronger than others and some of them more direct than others. The idea behind it is that the person that's walking into the dealership sometimes gets taken for a fool until they're able to express how much they know. But if you're cutting out some of the questionable aspects of how much you know by using, say, a car broker, Edmunds or TrueCar, etc., you're telling the dealer, hey guys, I am shopping around for the best possible deal. So at the very minimum, use Save on My Auto. Have them connect you with a bunch of dealerships so that you can start plucking away at who's got the best deal. If you want to use a broker, I highly encourage you to do just that. But don't forget to not just use the broker, but even shop around their deal and see if maybe it can be beat elsewhere. Number 7, you're not checking with the bank to see what your APR looks like before you go to the dealership. A lot of people, their eyes light up when they're seeing these promotional APRs at 0% or say at 72 months, 60 days or 90 days deferment, 120 days deferment. Guys, all this is meant to do is distract you from the amount of discount that you're foregoing when you're taking a responsible promotional APR offer. The idea is that, listen, if you give up 0% and say you take 2.25 or 2.99 instead, but take a fat rebate, the idea is you end up actually saving a little bit more money in the long term by taking a rebate and maybe even refinancing it afterwards. If you take a 0% APR offer on, say, like a $30,000 or $40,000 truck as opposed to taking like a $6,000 rebate, I know I'm kind of throwing out some Dave Ramsey figures on you right now, but you get my gist. The idea is that you'll end up saving more money by using your bank's auto loan rate and combining it with a strong rebate. Don't rely on the in-house offers that they love to just cling on to and tell you you're doing a good thing by taking 0%. Number 8, you're not using social media. The idea behind social media is to do just that. Be social or go to your friends for what you're looking to accomplish. Guys, I actually saw this play out in a very cool way. Somebody said, hey, I'm looking to get into a Ford F-150. Is anybody else looking for one? And what do you know? 2 people went into the dealership and did a deal 2 for 1, basically, at the same time, using 2 cars as leverage for a better deal. So why wouldn't you take it to your social media, just see if somebody else is looking for a car that's similar to yours, same brand, whatever, and go to the dealership and try to get 2 deals done at once to try and get a better price. It does work, believe me. Number 9, you're not taking advantage of a lease extension that's given to you by the manufacturer. The reason why I want to encourage you to do just that is because more than likely, if you're in a lease right now, you're probably looking to get into another lease. Right now, leases are not pretty. In fact, most of the incentives, most of the deals are on purchased vehicles, and it may change later on. However, it doesn't matter. Even if it does change later on, but you're still not prepared to sign a deal because you're not getting a great deal and you're in a press, you should be taking advantage of a lease extension, because not only will it save you that hassle of having to rush into a decision, it'll also give you the flexibility of going month to month with your lease. So instead of you thinking, hey, I don't want to extend my lease for 6 months, you don't have to. It's a month-by-month extension for most manufacturers. Number 10, you're not using enough of these resources that are out there, you guys. There's a ton of resources online. TrueCar, Lease Hacker, Edmunds, all these, even YouTubers such as myself. There's a new one, Your Auto Advocate. There's 60-Minute Car, Dave Ramsey, Kevin Hunter. All these people give fantastic advice. They're all out there. Simply, you just type in a couple keywords, whatever you're not sure of, and boom, it's right there. Hell, I even got instructions on how to fix my refrigerator on YouTube before I could even get the results on Google. How amazing is that? So I want to encourage you guys, definitely use whatever is available to you. Sift through my and other YouTubers' videos. Take your time with it. Make sure you know what you're offering these guys and shop around the deal as best as you can. Visit saveonmyauto.com, plug in your zip, check off a few dealers, and get the ball rolling. If you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to check out saveonmyauto.com, as well as the resources down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.